different.
Give me your name, please.
Florida Penal Code states different.
I'm asking for your name.
Okay.
Name and date of birth, sir.
I'm not giving you my name.
What is your name and date of birth?
What's your name and your badge number?
Don't give it to him.
You have to.
No, I get you mine.
You're
I'm the
making
primary,
contact.
sir. I'm the primary.
Okay, so why are they here?
Because they're my backup.
Okay,
and I'm the
I need their
primary.
names.
My
In case you
no.
violate my rights, I need to know
I'm asking
who to
for your ID for
contact.
their form.
And I'm not giving
gonna be
it.
Sergeant
They
here.
asked me to leave. They asked me to
They
leave,
don't
and
want
I
you back
left.
there at all.
Okay, so you don't need my information.
They do.
So you don't need. No,
They
I'm
do.
not giving them my information. Florida Penal Code 901.
See this?
Florida Penal Code
See
says
this?
I don't care.
It states that you need to provide them.
First, you need to warn me, which you're doing now, and I'm not on
I
that.
have nothing to do with it.
Good.
They
So
were-
I'm not. You can't force
I
me to
can
give
warn
them.
you- Hold on, let me talk.
You can't force me to give my
I
ID
can
without
warn you
breaking the
in
law.
system. Well, when the police officer asks for identification,
That's
you
not
have
what
to
Florida
identify.
Penal Code 901 Stop 151 states.
Yeah.
It states suspicion of a crime, about to commit a
You
crime, or have
already
committed a
did
crime.
that.
You can pat me, but you can't search me. I do not agree to any illegal searches or seizures.
Welcome back to CT3 Best ID Refusals.
What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Pitts, 3199.
Thank you.
Hey,
What's your name and your badge
hold
number?
Hold on. What's your name, sir? What is your name?
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Well, they want to trespass warn you, which they have the right to do
Right.
off their train.
So I don't need to. I don't need to get my
first of all,
name
I'm
for
trying
a
to talk
warning.
to you.
All right.
First of all,
I don't want to talk though.
They need your
What's your name?
identification.
No.
They for the form. Yes, they do.
No,
By
they
law.
told me to leave. I left. By law,
By
I
law.
left.
By
If
law,
you
they
can
want
warn
to-
me.
I need your information to put in my system to trespass.
No, I'm not. What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Trespassing. And I'm asking you for your information so I can write into
What
my
crime?
system.
Articulate a
Trespassing
crime.
from the train station.
Okay, they told me to leave
Sir,
and I left. So
need-
what crime did I
ask for your
commit?
identification, you have to provide
Absolutely
that.
not.
Yeah.
901.151 states
Give me your
different.
name, please.
Florida Penal Code states different.
I'm asking for your name.
Okay.
Name and date of birth, sir.
I'm not giving you my name.
What is your name and date of birth?
What's your name and your badge number?
Don't give it to him.
You have to.
No, I get you mine.
You're
I'm the
making
primary,
contact.
sir. I'm the primary.
Okay, so why are they here?
Because they're my backup.
Okay,
and I'm the
I need their
primary.
names. In case you
No.
violate my rights, I need to know
I'm asking
who
for
to
your ID for
contact.
their form.
And I'm not giving
gonna be
it.
Sergeant
They
here.
asked me to leave. They asked me to
They
leave,
don't
and
want
I
you back
left.
there at all.
Okay, so you
They
don't
need
need my
ID cover.
information.
They do.
So you don't need. No,
They
I'm
do.
not giving them my information. Florida Penal Code 901.
See this?
Florida Penal Code
See this?
says I don't care.
It states that you need to provide them.
First, you need to warn me, which you're doing now, and I'm not on
I
that.
have nothing to do with it.
Good.
They
So
want-
I'm not. You can't force
I
me to
can
give
warn
them.
you- Hold on, let me talk.
You can't force me to give my
I
ID
can
without
warn you
breaking the
in
law.
the system. Well, when the police officer asks for identification,
That's
you
not
have to
what Florida
identify.
Penal Code 901 Stop 151 states.
Yeah.
It states suspicion of a crime, about to commit a
You
crime, or
already
have
did
committed a
anything
crime.
like
You can pat me, but you can't search me. I do not agree to any illegal searches or seizures.
That's fine. Here comes the sergeant now. That's great.
Okay,
Here,
good.
Do me a favor. You can hold your phone.
Am I being detained?
Well, right now, yes, you are.
For what crime?
For trespassing.
Okay.
You're obstructing my investigation.
I'm not obstructing. I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I need the sergeant, please.
Sergeant's coming, sir.
Thank you. And so you told them not to identify to a citizen, right?
Look,
You
you're
told them
dealing
not,
with me. I'm the primary.
but they're here.
No, they
They're
have
here.
nothing to do with it.
They're
They
here.
respond because
First of all, why are you so loud? Back up a little bit.
I'm right here.
Okay, but back up a little bit.
Because you're right next to me.
No, you
And I
walked
do
up to
nothing.
me.
First of all,
Okay,
I
I'm going to
got
step
you.
a step
There you
back.
go. There
I'm
you
going to
go.
take a step back.
That's
Now, am I being detained?
Yes, you're still being detained for questions of what took place on the train.
If since I'm being detained, then at this point I like to assert my Fifth Amendment
Oh
privilege.
my God. What took place on the train that they didn't want to trespass on you? That's what we're asking.
I don't know. Investigate them.
I did. I already talked to her. But I want your side of the story. Instead of,
I don't have a side.
There's two sides of a story, right?
I don't have a side. I don't answer questions, buddy.
You don't answer questions?
No.
Okay, but you have to provide ID when police.
No, I don't.
For an investigation, yes, you do.
Suspicion of a crime, about to commit a crime, or have committed a
You
crime.
can have it with them. And
901.151.
I know what it is, sir.
I'm an activist.
I know.
And you know I don't
see.
have to give you my
I
information.
see.
You know I don't have to give you my information. So all that, when the police...
First of all, you have to give your name for the form for them.
No, I don't,
their
because
system.
no, they asked me to leave and I left. I know the law. I'm very well versed in the law.
Okay.
They told me to leave and I left.
Okay.
So that's my
Very
warning.
versed.
I'm very
But
versed in
when
the
the
law.
police ask you, they want to put you in the system, so when we have to deal with you again, if we do, it's already there, sir.
Then that's when you get it. If I break the law, that's when you get
But
it.
no, we put it now, so...
No, I don't like giving my name to the government for nothing.
How do you get checks? For paid and stuff like that,
I
right?
said
The
for
shop.
nothing.
For nothing, but for anything, right? So
I don't like giving my information to the government for just randomly.
Stop yelling at me.
I'm not. I can yell. I can talk. Freedom of speech.
I'm asking you to stop yelling at
Do
me.
you feel threatened?
I kind of do.
Okay, then you can go.
I can't go, honestly.
You can go.
Believe me, I wish I could.
Okay.
It would be a resolved issue.
Where's the sergeant? I want to talk to the
Sergeant's over
sergeant.
there.
Call the
He's
sergeant.
coming to talk to you.
Because I'm being illegally detained right
Are you
now.
really? All Are you? Have you provided your name and your information? You
I don't
can
have
go
to,
away.
and you know that. That's why I'm not in
It's
cuffs.
their fault.
That's why you're not taking me to. I'm not giving them my information.
It's not my headache, dude.
Okay,
It's
then
theirs.
why you
But
still
I'm trying to help
here?
them get the information they need. And
Okay.
I'm putting you in a system myself for contact, and you don't want to do that.
No,
You want to elevate it to somewhere else.
I'm not elevating. You're going to elevate it. All you have to do is follow the law.
I am following the law.
No, then follow 901.151. Follow Penal Code 901.151. Follow Penal Code 901.151.
Sir.
You know what that states, right?
The law.
What crime have I committed?
Well, you were causing a disturbance on the
I didn't
train.
cause the disturbance. They did. They asked me to leave, and I got off. I followed their
They need the
rules.
information for their report, sir.
Okay, but no, that's not how the law works.
You're not in my law. Like I'm not.
Okay,
I wasn't
so why are you trying to force me to give them my information when I don't have to?
Report, sir.
She can just put a
But
good
then-
citizzen.
Good citizen.
For her to
You say good
report
citizen?
good citizen.
Okay. So when the police get involved, I can identify you
No.
for purposes. Yes.
Not unless you suspect me of committing a crime.
I can suspect you of creating disturbance on a train.
No.
Yes, I can.
You can't. I didn't.
To them.
I did. According to me, I didn't.
So let me say-
So their word is more powerful than mine?
You wouldn't tell me the story. I asked you what
But
happened.
I'm telling you now, I didn't
now
create
you
a
wanna explain.
disturbance.
Okay.
I'm telling
So
you now, I
explain
didn't
to me-
create.
I asked you. a
There's
minute
no
ago.
explaining.
Explain. I don't. Just
Okay,
give me a whole
the
story.
explanation is,
There you go.
the explanation is,
Thank you,
I did
sir.
not cause a disturbance.
Okay, well,
The explanation is, they asked me,
Did that happen?
they asked me to get off the train. I
Well, why
complied
did they actually get off the train?
because they don't like the shoes I wear.
That wasn't according to them. You were playing loud music.
They lied to you.
Okay, so I'm asking you to explain that to me.
Yeah, they don't like the shoes I'm wearing.
So that's the reason they didn't like the shoes
Yeah.
you were saying, they didn't like your black Reeboks that you
Right.
were wearing. And that had them put you off the train,
Right.
conductor as well.
Right.
So if I take a sworn statement from both of them, they're
You can do what you want to do. They can lie on the sworn statement.
Okay. Here's the sergeant. You can talk to him. You want to start? There you go.
We're good.
You want to talk to him?
No, this guy does this all the time.
I shake your hand, Sergeant.
I know.
So you're not gonna shake my hand, Sergeant?
But they-
You're not gonna say Hanson. What's your badge number, Hanson?
3065.
Thank you.
Hanson, 3065.
Let your dog know.
I'm not a dog, number one. I'm not a dog, number one.
Let your dog know
I'm not a
that
dog,
he can't
number
attack
one.
me.
You
Look at
understand?
him.
I'm not a dog.
Hey, back
I'm
off
an
on a
officer.
taxpaying law-abiding citizen.
Refer to you in that
I'm an
derogatory
officer.
term?
Do
I'm an
not
officer.
intimidate a
You're not a
law.
dog.
You're not
I'm
acting
not-
like a law.
Oh,
You're not
I am.
acting like an
I
officer.
am.
No, you trying to
I'm not
demand
a
me to
dog.
give my
I'm an
information to
officer.
them.
They need it for their report.
I don't care, and I'm
then
telling
the
you, you're
officer
trying to.
actually-
That's
No.
not true, Sergeant.
Okay.
You hear what he said, Sergeant?
Subject.
When the officer asks me my name, I have to give it to him.
If you're being detained, you were.
Yeah.
No, I have to be legally
But
detained.
you do this so often, we actually know who you
I have to be lawfully
I'll give
detained.
it to the system. Have a nice day.
Lawfully detained.
Stay out of my face.
I'm not in your face. You just came right here. Look. See how your feet move and kick rocks.
It's funny how this officer said Big Nick was trespassing, and then when that didn't stick, the officer said Big Nick was causing a disturbance. Which one is it? Oh, he was causing a disturbance, so now he's trespassing, so now you need ID. Well, unfortunately for you, you're not getting ID because there wasn't a crime committed. Big Nick stated Florida's Penal Code 901.151, which says, whenever any law enforcement officer of this state encounters any person under circumstances which reasonably indicate that such person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a violation of the criminal laws of this state or the criminal ordinances of any municipality or county, the officer may temporarily detain such person for the purpose of ascertaining the identity of the person. Like I always say, guys, make sure that you're knowledgeable on your local, state, and federal laws so you won't be bullied and violated by any law enforcement officer. Let's continue.
Stay over there. Do not approach me.
I can do what I want. You do what you want. I can do what I want. What are you doing? I'm asking you a question. What are you doing?
I don't answer questions.
You need to get off this property before you get CT.
I have to commit a crime before you can criminal trespass me. That's the state of Texas law.
You're also filming private vehicles.
Is that a crime?
But you're also filming private
Is that a
vehicles.
crime? What crime have I committed? Huh? What's your name and badge number?
I don't need to give you my name and badge.
Well, if you're going to come out in a police uniform and a sheriff's uniform, you need to identify yourself as a law enforcement officer. You need to identify yourself. What's your name? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Why Why do you want my name and badge number?
Because I'm a citizen and I have the right to ask for it. You ain't getting my name.
I have a right to know your name too.
No, you don't. Yeah, we'll see about that.
You will.
You need to get out from behind me. Yeah, smile, laugh it up. Laugh it up, refusing to ID.
Right?
You're gonna be a YouTube star tonight, you know that, right?
Yay! I'm gonna be on YouTube. I'm here for now. Woohoo!
What's your name?
Why should I give you your name whenever you won't even give me yours?
Because you're a public servant and it's your sheriff's office policy to identify yourself when asked by a member of the public. So you're admitting you're violating your sheriff's office policy? Are you violating policy right now?
You're also.
Is that what you're doing?
Crime also by not giving me your name.
Oh yeah? Texas Penal Code 3802? Uh-huh, I know all about that.
Yep.
You have to have me charged with the crime before you can ID me. What's the crime I've committed?
What are you doing right now?
I'm videotaping your face.
Yeah, what are you doing right now?
I'm videotaping.
Why are you doing it?
Have you heard of freedom of the press?
Oh, really?
Yeah. You heard of that?
Sure have, but this is also Gray County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, it's
Also their land too. So
uh-huh. And who pays for that?
Not you.
Not me?
You do not pay taxes.
I don't pay taxes?
You do not.
I don't pay taxes.
No.
I've never paid taxes in my life. Is that what you're saying?
Have you? Have you paid them this year, sir?
I don't know, were you working for the IRS now?
Sure.
Keep looking at your watch.
I can.
I got enough battery and memory to stand here for the next 2 days.
I'm sure you do.
What's your name? You want to identify yourself? You want to identify yourself? What's your name? What is your name? Mitchell? Is that your name? Uncover your name tag. Uncover your name tag.
What does he want to do with this situation? 10-4.
That's what I thought.
Congratulations.
That's what I thought. You lose. Walk of shame. Walk of shame. You're doing it right now. Is this your first walk of shame?
Off the camera.
Is this your first walk of shame?
Off the camera.
I'll turn it off. What you gonna do? Why don't you take off your badge? Take off your badge. Wow, this was really gonna be a boring fucking audit. Yeah, what'd you say?
Tell everybody I said hi.
I will.
Oh, my name is Adam.
Adams? What's your badge number?
This clip is a perfect example of an immature officer. The first thing that comes out of her mouth is,
You doing what you want, I can do what I want.
not to mention the outburst she had saying,
Yay! I'm going to be on YouTube.
and she's a supervisor? The unprofessional behavior just keeps going. She didn't want to identify herself. She claimed he wasn't a tax-paying citizen, and she threatened to lock him up for criminal trespass. What a genius. Fortunately, she's nothing more than a public servant, but somehow she's forgotten that along the way. Every time we come into contact with the officer like this, we must make formal complaints. A member of the public exercising their constitutional rights doesn't deserve to be treated in this manner. I mean, you just can't get any more unprofessional than this other than going hands-on with the unlawful arrest. Law enforcement officers enforce the law. So immature behavior such as displaying a lack of self-control, disrespecting citizens, or engaging in petty disputes can erode public trust and confidence in the police force even more than it already is. Let's continue.
How you doing today?
Sir?
How you doing?
Good. Just checking around. You walking around? You looking for somebody?
No, I'm not looking for anybody.
Oh, just checking around, man. Like I said, we try to keep this lot secure and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Police cars and all. We don't want nobody breaking in. That's all. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Alright, now I'm curious.
You're curious?
Germantown Police Department.
Uh-huh.
What's your name?
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Cordell with Germantown Police Department. Will you sit tight right there for me?
Yeah.
I'm curious as to why you're walking around with patrol vehicles and holding your phone as if you're recording looking into it. What is your nature and what is your business?
Oh,
712.
that's exactly what I'm doing, officer. I'm recording the police vehicles.
Stand by when I'm speaking to the subject now. I'm trying to get information. All right, well, what's your name? That way, in case these cars come.
I don't give out any private information.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need your information. If these cars get broken into, I'm gonna need your information. Okay?
Do you suspect me of committing a crime, sir?
Well, sir, you're walking around looking in these cars, and I'm trying to make sure none of that's gonna happen.
Is that a crime, sir?
Well, I'm trying to make sure it's not gonna happen. So go ahead with it.
That's not a crime, sir.
Okay, go ahead with your information.
I only provide my information when you suspect me of committing a crime. You need reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, sir. Suspicion is not a crime.
Give me a second.
Sure thing.
Will you stay over here by my video camera, please?
Stay over where?
Right here in front of my video camera.
Am I being detained?
Right now, I want to find out why you're looking at these cars in case you might be breaking into cars later.
Am I being detained, sir?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay?
Am I being
Is there
detained?
any reason why you're doing that? Can you give me a good answer?
Am I being detained,
I'm
sir?
just asking, can you give me a good answer why you're looking at cars?
Am I
like that?
being detained, sir?
712, go ahead.
Check.
I mean, you checking up on me before. That's all good.
Well,
that's all
I
good.
just saw
But
you kinda
hopping
walk
out.
by, and then I saw you kind of looking at patrol cars and recording. So I'm trying to make sure again, you're not looking to case these vehicles to break into, because we have had people do that.
You've
So
had people break into police
absolutely.
cars
Yes, sir. We've had that. So that's why
on
we
a
do it
police
like that.
parking lot.
Okay, yeah, believe it or not.
Has it happened
crazy
before?
Like that, I know, right? It's wild.
I doubt that's ever happened.
Okay, well, hey.
I can look
once you
into
get
it.
Okay, good for you. Well, again, that's why I'm trying to get your information to make sure in case anything happens, I can say, hey, I spoke
You're
to
not
you.
going to get my information today, officer.
Well, sit tight on that one, okay?
Sit tight on that
yeah.
one?
I'm going to speak to my lieutenant.
Yeah,
We'll get to the gist of everything.
you're not gonna
Will you
get my
do me a favor,
information.
not come to my car, just out of the way.
I'm going to stand where I'd like, please. Thanks. I'd appreciate it.
Well, stay where you're at.
Videotape the parking lot, anything like that. He's allowed to videotape the parking lot. Per Captain Simpson. So.
Per who? I just want to know who you spoke with, sir.
Our captain.
Oh, okay. Can you mind if I get your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Poley, 0695.
Thank you. And the captain you spoke with?
He just said, I don't know which captain was. We just got I called my lieutenant. He said, the captain said you can walk around cars or whatever.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that, just in case, because he doesn't seem too happy that I'm recording.
Yeah, I just got a phone call, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That you came over here, Officer Poli,
Yes,
and you
sir.
saved the day, because I didn't know what this guy was going to do, to be honest.
Oh, no, he's fine.
Okay, I hope so.
He's a good guy. You're good.
I hope so. I'm a good guy, too. I promise. I'm not here with any nefarious purposes or anything like that.
Yep.
Officer Poli. All right, well, thank you, sir. Better not pull that notepad out anymore, because you're not getting my name.
No. Right, no. The only thing that raised my suspicion is the fact that he's 40 feet of bars, so I can make sure he wasn't trying to pull on door handles, trying to get in cars, or anything like that. So when he was kind of getting flack about it, it kind of made me worried. He was trying to change things like that. So I just thought it was kind of random for somebody to be doing that. Oh, did he? Okay. No, that's fine. I appreciate it. Like I said, he wasn't giving me much, to work with as far as why he was randomly walking the police car running around. But I appreciate it. Thanks for the heads up. All right. Well, cool, man. All right. Well, like I said, just obviously you're recording us, we're recording you, so hopefully, nothing else comes up back here. All right. So take care of yourself. Be careful.
Yeah. Told you weren't gonna get my name or information. Nothing. I'll smile for you.
That'll work, man. That way, in case anything comes up, like I said, all right.
I'll smile for you. You'll have a picture with no name.
Be careful.
Great investigative work there, buddy.
Here's the deal. If you're in a public space, you have the right to document what you see. No curiosity from an officer is enough to demand ID without reasonable suspicion of a crime. The First Amendment protects freedom of the press, and the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. What's even more troubling is how this officer escalated things by pulling out a notepad, ready to demand information he had no legal right to ask for. According to Terryville, Ohio, police need clear, articulable suspicion of criminal activity before stopping or detaining someone. Filming in a public space isn't a crime, so the officer's insistence on ID was an overreach. Instead of respecting this citizen's right to observe taxpayer-funded property, he chose intimidation, disregarding federal and state laws protecting public activities. It's crucial to know the boundaries of reasonable suspicion and lawful detainment. Without a clear, specific reason to believe someone is committing a crime, an officer has no grounds to ask for ID. In the end, the supervisor stepped in and confirmed that filming in public is entirely within the citizen's rights, leaving the officer with no choice but to back down. This incident proves once again that standing firm on your rights is essential. Let's keep going.
Can I help you? Can I help you? You alright? Why are you recording our stuff? Are you alright? Are you alright?
The reason you're recording the cars?
Why you came up on me like that? Because you're looking into our vehicles. That's why. Why you came up on me like that? Because you're looking into our vehicles. Why are you so aggressive? I'm not aggressive. You are. I'm asking you why are you looking into our vehicles? Why are you so aggressive? You need to. And you have to be reminded to turn your body cam on? No, my body camera's on. What's your name and badge number? Mandaro 18915. And yours?
Altabano 26485.
And then
Altabano 26485.
Why are you so aggressive? It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Why are you looking into
our whose cars? This is the police department's cars. Who pays for them? The New City of New York. Exactly. Yeah. So I can look at them, I can touch them. You cannot touch them. Yes, I could. You mean I can't touch them? Yes, I could. You cannot. Yes, I could. No, I pay for them, right? You do not pay for them. I don't pay for them. Who pays for them then? City of New York does. Where am I at? Police department. Where am I at? I don't pay for these cars with my tax dollars? Not for that. Yeah, you need to do your job. You need to learn your job better. I can touch these cars all I want, bro. Yeah, I can't break into them, but I can touch them. You cannot touch them. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. I could check on the wheels, make sure the wheels are good. I can look at them. I can do all that. Do you need help? Do you need help? I don't need help. I'm asking if you need help. I don't answer questions. You need help? I don't answer questions. Do you need help? You go back to work.
We'd love to go back to work. You're the one standing in front of our car.
Go ahead. I'm on the sidewalk.
What does that do not standing in front of our car? You're still standing in front of the car.
Whatever I want. I'm on the sidewalk.
What does the sidewalk have to do with anything?
That means I can be on the sidewalk wherever I want.
Okay. You can't be filming the inside of the car, though.
Says who? Who said that?
Says who?
Yeah, who said I can't film inside the car?
It's the law.
Am I detained? You are not detained. You're not detained. So what law is that?
What? I'm not saying you're detained.
So what law am I breaking?
You're not to be filming inside the car.
What law is that? What law is that? So you just made up? What law is that? I'm in public. I'm on the sidewalk. That means whatever I can see from public, I can record. Right? You know that, right? You know the First Amendment, right? What law is that? State the law. Just making it up as you go along.
I'm just not gonna
you
play
always
your game.
do that? You always do that? You always
I'm just not gonna play your game.
You always just make shit up as you go along?
I'm not making anything up. I'm just not gonna play your game.
You plant drugs on people?
Absolutely not.
So why is he making up laws that don't exist?
He's not playing the game.
He said I can't film inside the car. So go back to work. I told you that. I'm not detained, so why are you still talking to me? I'm not detained. Why are you still talking to me?
You're not detained.
Exactly.
You can
so why are you still talking to me?
Why are you still here?
If I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay.
Then why are you still here then?
If I'm free to
you
leave,
don't want
I'm
to talk
free
to us,
stay.
right? So then why are you still here talking to us?
I'm filming the cars like I was doing before, peacefully, minding my business. You came up mad, aggressive, yo.
Yeah,
Ran over here, your friend had suspicion is not a crime.
It is a crime.
Suspicion is a crime?
Suspicion of looking into vehicles is. We get calls for it all the time.
What crime is it? Is it a misdemeanor or a felony?
Comes over as a 1010 suspicious person looking into vehicles.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
Depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to look for government documents? Are you trying to
whatever I can see from public, I can film.
Why
if you don't want people to look inside your car, put a tent.
Why are you still talking?
Why y'all just make up laws like that? And crimes, you just make up crimes?
No, not at all.
You just said suspicion is a crime.
Suspicious person is a call that we get all the time.
Is it a crime?
It's not a crime to be suspicious, no.
Exactly. That's what the question was. Is suspicion a crime? I told you I don't answer questions. The question was, is suspicion a crime? Are you high?
I'm not high at all.
Or you just hard of hearing?
Do you take any medication?
Are you drunk?
Absolutely not.
You sure?
100%.
Okay.
Suspicions of crime, can't look inside vehicles. What's next? What else?
Do you need any type of
I
help?
don't answer questions. I told you that
Do you need any
already.
type of medication, or do you take
Are
any
you
medication?
you need an
at all?
ambulance, sir?
Do you need? I'm asking you. If
You
need an
okay?
ambulance. I'm asking you if you're okay.
You got ADD or something?
I do not have ADD. I'm asking you if
So
you're
you
okay.
can't. You don't listen well?
I listen fine.
I told you I don't answer questions.
Are you still talking to us?
So
though?
stop asking. Stop
No,
asking me
I can
questions.
ask questions.
Have a good day. Excuse me. If y'all done with these drinks, you should throw them out. It's not a garbage can. It's a police vehicle. Yo, is any of y'all supervisor here? Your supervisor? These two guys just making up laws?
What do you mean?
You said I can't film inside the car. It's a crime.
If you're going inside, it just looks suspicious. Like you can record.
And he
it all
said
you want.
suspicion is a crime.
Yeah, I just left my police vehicle here, going inside there. I don't know what's your
Okay.
intention. I mean, a lot of auto braking happening, so that's why they might be asking. You can record it all you want. It's no problem. There's other cars.
So suspicion is a crime.
It's just like, looks. It doesn't look good. Like you're going inside.
But am I breaking the law?
Listen, we are investigating your crime over here.
Okay, I'm not
We're
stopping you.
engaging
You guys are just literally standing around. That's how you
We have a
investigate?
job over here.
You investigate by just standing around?
You can look up on the 911 dispatcher and check it.
It looks like y'all chilling. Like,
doing the job, trying to do the job.
okay, you should like teach them that. Teach them about the First Amendment. That I'm not committing no crime.
All graduated the police academy. They're all alone.
Come on, you know the academy. They don't teach you nothing at the academy.
I took pride.
They don't teach you about the Constitution.
So you have a great day, okay?
Did you learn about the Constitution at the academy? They didn't teach you that, what, 6 weeks? In 6 weeks you learned about that? That's something bugging. Yo, brush up on your law. Suspicion is not a crime. Brush up on the First Amendment, all right?
Have a great day, sir.
Not everybody's a f***ing criminal.
What kind of policing is going on here? This law enforcement officer just said being suspicious is a crime? Law enforcement in America is now the laughingstock. They're the butt of many jokes. It's a profession that's looked down upon. Their tactics have been exposed. The justice system they used for decades to back up their tyranny is slowly turning against them thanks to the voices and actions of we the people. More Americans are fighting for accountability more than ever. More Americans like good guy audits are learning their rights and putting them to use every day. Now for the comment of the day. Sydney Martin says, question, after graduation from the academy, do cops try to learn anything about the United States Constitution and civil rights? After all, they did swear an oath to the same. This is what only 6 months of academy training and 0 training on the United States Constitution and civil rights will get you. The majority of American police are the #1 violators of the United States Constitution and civil rights of the American citizens. This is the culture of American policing in America, and it's business as usual.
You can't get this close, sir. If you want to get in front of my car, you can.
right here, so I'm
sir,
right here,
you need to go back over there, okay? Sir, you can go over there right now.
I don't have to back up.
Yes, you do. Okay.
I'm not. Don't deal with him.
Sir,
I'm dealing with him right now.
You can go and step in front of my car and record all you want to. Sir, this is an investigation. You need to step in.
You're standing next to a stolen vehicle. You need to move.
You need to go back there, okay? You can go in front of my truck. That's fine.
I ain't going in front of your truck.
Sir,
go back
Going in front of your,
Sir,
do what you need to do.
Sir, you need to walk in front of there,
We're
okay?
trying to tell you to get away from our
Do
scene.
what you need to do.
Sir,
If you want me to do
This
something,
is your last warning. Get beyond our crime scene, okay?
do what you need to do.
Do it under. Put your hands on
Okay. Don't touch me.
We gave you multiple warnings to leave the scene.
you have any other weapons on you?
Say again?
You have any weapons on you?
No.
How hard is this? All you have to do is
Because
listen, man.
I'm able to.
Scott, can you get on this side?
Where I can hear.
You were
Sir,
not,
I can't hear
you're not
way
able to
back
be
there.
in
I asked you to step in front of. This is the crime scene right now, okay?
Like I said, I tried to move. If that ain't good enough, then
And I told you to step in front of my truck.
We're next to a stolen vehicle.
Scott, get on this
Okay.
side.
A man with a firearm who's not listening.
I'm legally armed. You don't have to know who I am. You don't have to know who I am.
Hey, right now, man, we're getting to step back from this guy.
No.
That's what we're trying to tell him.
Okay. What's going on, man?
Listen, man.
I'm just filming. That's all I'm doing. doing. If you want to say instructions,
and I said you could film from back there.
I'm also supposed to be able to hear what I'm recording.
Okay, well, you are in the middle of what we're investigating
Like I
right
said,
now.
I backed up.
And at this point, you have obstructed our investigation.
I backed up.
No, I told you to get in front over there multiple
I
times.
backed up. I don't care. Do what you do.
Okay.
You guys are supposed to be able to be watched and heard.
And I told you
can't
you
hear
go there.
anything from back there.
I'm sorry.
So that's the bottom line. The bottom line, I know what the law now. Conifer and Glick, they said.
Hey, Damien or Jacob, can y'all come over here? Because we got two different things going on.
What do you call when you were right next to him?
Okay, when he said it was a stolen car, when he said it was a stolen car, I wasn't close to him. When he said it was a stolen car, then I said I will back up.
You were right. You came up right behind me. I asked you to step in front of my vehicle.
I said I'm not stepping in front of your vehicle.
And you have obstructed our investigation.
You're not. Do what you guys have to do. Just this stuff goes up to the cloud. So if you touch my video,
sir, I don't. We're not. We have videos everywhere here. We're not worried about that. Okay.
Like I said, when he said it was a stolen car, I did back up a little bit further.
And I already told you multiple times to step in front.
I
said, told you. I'm sorry about that.
I'm able to record you guys, and I must be able
You can record all you want to. I'm saying I asked you to step in front of there.
Do what you need to do.
Okay. Well, I asked you multiple times, and you didn't do it.
Do what you need to do.
Let's go back to this car.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay, we're gonna
sir,
grab my camera.
I'll grab your camera.
What are you talking about? You must be able to hear. I don't hear.
Yeah, I must be able to hear what's going on. The First Amendment says I can record a public figure.
And that's
okay. When he was way over there, I was over there.
You can record, but I don't think there's anything in there about you being able to hear.
Conifer and Glick. It's 10 feet, but 10 feet is way too close. I agree. So when he said this car was stolen, I moved back over here.
Sir, you came to right here. I said, please go in front of my car.
And I said I wasn't going to do that, but I moved.
And that's why we're here right now, okay? That's why we're here right now.
Do you see my camera?
You moved about 5 feet.
Do you see? Is that 5 feet?
You were right here.
No, I was right here next to the door.
Okay, well, let's say 10.
That is not
8 feet.
Actually, that's 10
We're
meters.
not going to argue.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go to jail today for obstruction.
Okay. I will guarantee you that somebody's going to come up on charges after this. It's because it's not interference when I'm filming. You can't say...
And I said that clearly. I don't have a problem if you film. I said
okay,
you just need to get in front of the crime scene. And you need to get in front behind the crime scene. I told you that.
I understand.
And you said you were not going to do that.
I said I was not going to move in front of your truck, but I did move. It's on my camera.
I know. It's on my camera.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay, well then we're clear on that.
We'll see.
We're clear on that I told you multiple times to get behind my truck away from the crime scene.
I said I wasn't going to get behind your truck. Is it still on the camera?
You could still be.
I cannot hear right there.
Okay. Well, we're not going to argue right here.
Well, you're right.
Hey, is it still going?
No, I cut her off.
Well, he said. Man, he came. I didn't know where he went. I was looking over for him, and then all of a sudden he was right behind me.
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing?"
We got options of tow trucks and for this as camera, gun.
He said he wanted to call someone for the car. So that's what we got to do.
Caps. He's a full cap.
Okay, well then I'll let him make that call.
When we told him.
Obstruction. He came up behind me, two feet behind me. I was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You need to get in front of my truck down there." He took like, "I'm not going back there." I said, "No, you need to go back there."
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Did you had a shades on too?
Yeah, I did. It's crazy. I mean, I was just like, I don't care if you film, just go over there.
Nate, when I got her in the back, just keep it out. Sergeant wants to take pictures of everything. Sammy wants to take pictures of the gun.
So are we gonna?
Hey, don't move. Nobody leave. Captain said he was on his way out here. He wanted to proceed.
It's me getting arrested by Officer David Rogers for obstruction. I acted as my own lawyer. The judge told me to have to come back for sentencing. So I came back. Then we go back to the judge's chambers. And they worked out a deal now. Technically, I lost the case. but he never said I was guilty. I did not have to pay court costs. I didn't have to pay a fine. I had to do a couple hours of community service. But the bottom line, to tell the story of what's happening in these places, I am prepared to give my life. Like I've prepared to give my life when I served this country for 25 years.
So this is how a United States veteran is treated by law enforcement just for exercising the constitutional right that he personally fought for over 25 years. Shameful. These cops knew O'Shea wasn't a threat to them because they know exactly who he was from filming their traffic stops. This is a case of,
you do exactly what I say or go to jail because I have authority over you.
This type of policing has to stop. It's a shame not one officer on the scene stepped up and corrected these tyrannical behaviors. Now, Houston v. Hill states that an individual conducting a constitutionally protected activity cannot be considered interfering or obstructing with the law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officers are expected to uphold the Constitution during their interactions with the public, which was the exact opposite of what this body-worn camera displayed. This is an issue of improper training, which leads to uneducated officers, which then leads to officers violating individuals' rights, like we saw here.
See, what's going to suck for them is when HB 2319 passes, I could be right over here, 8 foot. As long as I can fall forward and I can't touch nobody, I could be this close. That's HB 2319 for you. Allows us to be 8 foot. That's the new law you guys want to pass. Genius. Makes us get closer. All that officer safety out the window. 21 foot. The 21 foot rule out the window.
That's not even what the 21 foot rule is.
What is the 21 foot rule? Somebody with a handheld weapon can reach you in 21 feet, right?
Yep,
that's what it is. I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a new law that's going to allow us to be closer than your training does. Eight foot. Right now, there's no restrictions. Is this a crime scene right here? How come you guys don't have it set up like a crime scene?
We are conducting an investigation. That is why I'm asking you to stay over here.
You can't film us out of vehicle.
Why not?
Hey, they can film us out of vehicle.
Well, I asked them to stay over here.
You asked me. But see, I have the freedom of movement as an American.
Okay, well, we're conducting an investigation.
I'm not doing anything illegal, am I?
In between our vehicles
Is that illegal?
That we want right now.
Is that? It's not something you want, but is it illegal? Having your CAD open is disseminating information to the public, which is a policy violation. It's not anything that I can get in trouble for. It's something you can get in trouble for. Just FYI, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It doesn't matter. Do your job right. Close your CAD. If you got a crime scene going on, set it up like a crime scene. Where's the detective? I know how to do your job better than you, asshole. Don't tell me nothing. I'm gonna walk all through your cars until you establish some kind of shit because I'm an American and I'm allowed to move around freely. I'm gonna do it because I'm allowed to. You can't do anything because I'm not breaking the law and you don't like it. That's what this is. I don't care what you're telling. Look, I'm gonna keep moving around. Unless I'm doing something illegal, suck my ass. Now you want to bark, now I'm going to move around. I'm not wearing any silver bracelets and I just did what you told me not to. It's amazing.
Get out of the road, man.
Unless he's obstructing the roadway, don't say anything to him. There's no jaywalking in Arizona. See, this is the part about knowing the laws. If you see a car brake or you see somebody screech or a horn, then he's obstructed the roadway and you can say something. But upon your first contact, it's a warning. You're not supposed to identify or issue any tickets. This would be construed as a first warning you saying something to him right now. Good job, officer. I'm educated. Just remember, there's no legal term for jaywalking. It's obstructing a roadway.
You can't even film inside our vehicle.
Why not?
Hey, they can film inside our vehicle.
Wow, untrained officers on the street enforcing laws. That's the issue that contributes to most Americans having their rights violated. As we can see from this entire clip, law enforcement officers will tell you anything to control your actions. It doesn't matter if it's a law or not, they will make it sound lawful. That's why it's important to stay up to date on your local and state laws, because they do change from time to time. Now let's touch on Arizona House Bill 2319, which Direct D brought up. The bill has now been passed, and it says, it is unlawful for a person to knowingly make a video recording of law enforcement activity if the person making the video recording is within 8 feet of where the person knows or reasonably should know that law enforcement activity is occurring. Technically, the bill is good for cop watchers because it defines a nice reasonable distance to film police activity. But unfortunately, it's a bill that directly goes against the First Amendment in my opinion, because there's many scenarios that can happen with law enforcement, and in Arizona might be closer than 8 feet. But now it's a crime if they pull out their phones and record. Thankfully, line 21 of the bill says, a person who is the subject of police contact may record the encounter if the person is not interfering with lawful police actions. Let's continue.
They ain't told me nothing, G, for real, they ain't told me nothing. Look at my mama, look, they got my mama, she's sick. They ain't told us nothing, y'all. They got us ahead. What up, King? Behind that car, get her back
Somebody stand on private property, he can't mess with you.
Is this your property?
The lady right here getting permission, yes.
Which lady?
You can't solicit a trespass.
Which lady?
You can't ask her. Okay, so we're gonna get a solicited trespass right here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Solicit a trespass. And OPR will get a complaint tomorrow. Nice try, buddy. I know the law. You try to solicit a trespass.
What's going on?
Hey. She's right there, man. Hey, but hey, per your policy, what's your name and badge number? Yeah, look at him. He got caught trying to solicit a trespass, and now he wants to break his policy. Don't want to give us name or badge number. Exactly. But these guys recognize me because I film them all the time and I put them on YouTube. I mean, a lot of these guys out here, they got tens of thousands of views.
So let's go further back up. Let's go stop sign. Hey, we're just gonna have you guys go to this back corner over here for us real quick.
It's all right.
You guys keep.
Hey, you guys can stand on private property.
Huh?
I live across. Yeah. Hey, man,
yeah, but we're gonna start you backing and barricading. So if you can end up going back,
when you do it,
what's going on,
and
man.
when you guys do, I
just don't want rounds to come ripping around.
No, they're not. I'm all right.
No, I need you to back up in case rounds start coming out that way, please. It's gonna be putting tape, and you need to stand on the other side of the tape.
All right, I'm on private property.
Is it yours? Hey guys, go back inside for your safety, though, please. Do you want to go back inside then? If it's your property,
if it's a lawful command under threat of arrest, I will.
No. He's putting up tape. I need you on the side. Same thing.
I'm just saying, if I have to get off private property,
or go back inside around the corner where you're safe, please.
Is it under the threat of arrest? Then I will.
Hey, come straight over here to this light pole here too. Just go to this one real quick.
We're actually here.
I know what you're here for. I really don't care.
Well, you do?
I just don't want you hurt. That's all.
Right.
As far as why you're here, I don't care.
Right. My safety is my concern. My safety is my concern.
You're awfully close to where everybody's pointing guns.
How you doing?
Do you have the homeowner's permission to be here?
Well, you don't have the right to solicit
excuse
a
me, ma'am.
No. You should ask.
Do you want him on your property?
You don't mind him being
Yes. You know what? Hey, what's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Butters, 8728.
Thank you.
We're sending her inside into her house.
Okay.
So everyone who's within close proximity, outside of the tape, is going to go inside their house.
If it's
so if she's going to let you inside the house, that's fine.
If it's under the threat of arrest, I'll leave the neighborhood.
Well, just on the other side of the tape, man. You videotape all you want.
Okay, well, what's the problem?
You can be on the side of the street right there.
But you know what? If you're telling me I'll get arrested for standing on this private property that you just heard I got permission, then I will leave.
Nobody said that. Nobody said
okay,
that.
then I'm going to stand right here.
We've asked them to go inside. Everyone who lives on this
street
just said it. is now inside.
Am I breaking the law? If I am, I'll do that. Otherwise, you're trying to intimidate me.
No, I asked the question. Do you have permission of the homeowner to be on the property? It's an answer. It's yes or no. And the thing is, you know the answer.
And you know what? And so do you. You were just told I do. Now just get back to your job.
By whom?
Do the walk of shame. Go back. You're dismissed.
By her.
You're dismissed. You're dismissed. Get back to work. Leave me alone. Nice try.
So what Vegas Valley Community Watch is doing is providing an individual perspective of what's going on in this crime scene. So the individual sitting on the ground in cuffs was talking to the camera claiming that the cops haven't told them anything on why they were being detained. As soon as this happens, the cop says, "You need to move these cameras back. Let's get some yellow tape to make this crime scene bigger." And that's for one reason only, to prohibit that camera perspective. So how can we tie in reasonable suspicion to this clip? I'm not sure because there's a lot of responding officers there, so they must have a warrant. But we're going to talk some more about reasonable suspicion. You may be wondering what's the difference between reasonable suspicion and reasonable articulable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion is based on a belief, but that belief must be backed by articulable facts that an individual was involved in criminal activity. The officer should be able to explain the reasons for their suspicion, including the behaviors or circumstances that led them to believe that the person may be engaged in unlawful conduct or pose a threat, with articulable facts. So in this next clip, we're going to see why it's so important for every American to know and understand what reasonable articulable suspicion is. Let's continue.
Guys over here. This guy's truck running. I hope it's not unlocked, because anybody could just jump in that and kill people with this vehicle, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. We have two friends down over here.
You're not really having people on this side of our building. No, that's not. I see you recording. I'm Officer Torres with ECM Police. I see you recording. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I just wondered if the township building was open today.
It's not open with the holiday.
Even though it's Friday, huh?
They observe the holiday either the Friday or the Monday.
Right. Depending if Saturday or Sunday.
So just a police station open today then? Is
Yes.
the library open?
I'm not sure. You could check over there.
Probably
They're
not.
separate from us.
Oh, are they? I thought, isn't it the same building though?
It's the same building,
But
but
on
they're
the other
separate
side?
from us. They have their own hours in operation.
Yeah, so where are you guys heading off to?
Making contact with you.
Oh, you
because
came
we
out
don't
purposely
typically
to make
have
contact
people
with
on
us.
the side of our building. So
Nice.
you're here for a reason. What's up? What can I help you with?
I'm just observing, see what our police do on a daily and how they prepare to go out and stuff. Just,
Make sure
you know,
put their seatbelts on.
recording, you know, the daily routines of officers for unknown reasons.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well, can I get your names?
You could if I cared to give it.
All right. Well, if you don't want to get it, I ask you to please move along?
Well, again,
This isn't an area that we have people.
There
hang
isn't
out
really
at.
any signage that states that we can't be back here. It just says we can't
You can
park.
take that up with my supervisor.
actually, you can take it up with your supervisor.
Yeah, could you do
Would you
that?
like me to get them here?
Oh, you don't need to. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm asking you a simple question, so please move along,
So real
and you're
quick.
not okay with that.
No,
So I'll get my
I'm fine with that.
supervisor.
Now, the real problem is if you don't want people back here, then you need to post it.
I will bring that up
And
the
that-
chain
that's
of
the-
command.
that's the only thing.
I will
It's
bring
just
it up
that
the
simple.
chain of command.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Look, I will bring it up to my chain of command, but I don't understand why you're giving me a problem when
We're
I'm
not.
asking you nicely.
We're not giving you a problem. We don't expect to be given a problem. We're just, you know, we're out here. We're not doing anything wrong.
Public property. We're walking through. We
We're
respect
filming
all signage.
freely.
Central 22 on 36.
We respect all signage, and unfortunately for you guys, there is no signage saying we can't be back here.
Can you just document an incident? I have two white males on the side of the building refusing me wrong.
Refusing is a different term. We're having a conversation here.
No problem.
There's no refusing, you know. We'll happily move along.
Then please do so. Especially
again-
since you won't give me your information.
Like, why would, is that a crack to you guys? Information?
It's
You
not a
can't just
crack,
be like
no,
a
but anytime
hello
we have-
citizen.
look, anytime
how
we
you
have-
doing?
anytime
Sorry,
we
excuse
have-
me, I'm talking. You know, we f***ed up by not putting signs out here. We're stupid.
Nobody's
we should do
saying
better
that.
than that.
Okay, you
if
clearly
you
have
don't
a
want
problem
us
with
back
us.
there.
So what is it
why
that
would
you
even
want?
say something
Can
like
I help
that?
you with something?
Why would you even say something like that? Why would you slander somebody like that?
Because
Why would
that's
you
what
do
you're
that?
doing.
No, I'm not.
That's
We're
what
saying
you're doing.
if
I'm
you
asking
don't
you to
want us
please move
back
along.
here, then put signage
I told
up.
you I'll bring it up to my chain of command, but in the meantime, I need you to move along.
But now therein lies the problem: is why do we need to move along?
Because you're not allowed over here to just hang
But
out.
if we're not allowed over here to hang out, then you need to put signage
The proper
up.
signage should be up,
That's all
you
we're
know.
saying.
Anybody could wander in here.
Consideration and bring it up my chain of
How you
command.
doing, buddy?
Like,
I
imagine,
can't put a sign out right this second.
like,
Of course not.
right
The
on.
problem is that we don't have signage. They want to.
We were just observing
that we wear our seatbelts,
the everyday
that we follow
routines.
proper
You guys can go inside. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Right on. Right on. Attorney,
We got cameras out here.
right. Attorney General's Directive 2021-11. It was just announced about a week or two ago.
It's a walk of shame right there.
Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
I got it.
Got it?
Good. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
So again,
Appreciate
we're
you.
just walking through.
Yeah.
there's no
It's
signage.
nothing nefarious or anything.
We will. To leave and shit? No, we're not refusing to leave.
Power tripping and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not cool. It should never really happen. Hopefully they're coming back out to apologize to us and to turn the car off at least.
You coming back out to apologize for the way you treated us? No? Yes? Sir, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. What was your name?
Chief Chill. Have a good day.
I'm sorry they wasted your time, sir.
Yeah, you might want to train them a little bit better because they're way out of control. Ego-filled maniacs.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Ego-filled maniacs.
First, unless a public area has clear no trespassing signs or restricted access notices, citizens have every right to be there. In New Jersey, officers need lawful grounds to restrict public access or to enforce trespassing laws, and in this case, they had neither. Instead of explaining or de-escalating, officers relied on intimidation, which only exposes their lack of understanding or respect for First Amendment rights. The Supreme Court's ruling in Houston versus Hill supports this right, stating that citizens are allowed to verbally question police actions without fear of retaliation. This is classic ego-driven policing, where feelings replace facts. When officers choose confrontation over conversation, they push people further from seeing law enforcement as a source of protection. If you're in a public area, filming, observing, or just standing around, police have no right to remove you without proper legal justification. In the end, after some back and forth, the officers realized they had no legal basis to enforce their demands. They eventually backed off, leaving without issuing citations or making arrests. And let's keep going.
What are you doing, sir?
Minding my business, how are you?
Okay, you're trespassing right now. These are all police vehicles. Unless you have a legitimate business to be here, go somewhere else.
It's called journalism.
It's what?
It's called journalism, freedom of the
Okay,
press.
Can I see your press ID, please?
You know what freedom of the press is?
Do you have a press ID,
Do
sir?
I need an ID to practice my
Okay,
religion?
You need to move away from the vehicle because we had a lot of vandalism.
That has nothing
and
to do with
I
me.
hate to tag you into that.
That has nothing to do with me.
Okay? So you need to step away.
Photography is not a crime, sir.
It is. You can do it from over there. If
I don't-
you're going to be staring at a vehicle, then it's an issue.
You can videotape all you want. The point
Exactly,
is,
exactly.
The station house security for me, please.
Station house security.
Just go on.
You are going almost inside the vehicle, which is you are not allowed.
I can't understand you. I'm sorry.
You're going inside the
I
vehicle.
don't wish to speak to any of you. If I'm not
Okay.
being, if
Then
I'm
you
not,
can keep walking.
if I'm not being detained,
This is you're not being detained.
So-
You're free to go. In
so-
fact, I want you to go.
so please stop talking to me. Thank you.
No, you're going to move from this area because this is a restricted area.
The sidewalk.
Okay. No, it's
The sidewalk?
All these vehicles here that you're leaning
Excuse
into
me.
and looking into, they're police vehicles, so you can move.
They're public property, sir.
Excuse me?
They're public property.
You can take a
They're
hike,
taxpayer vehicles.
No,
Am
they're
I
police
free?
vehicles.
Am I free to go?
You are free to go. And
That
in
means
fact, keep
that
moving.
means I'm free to stay. Thank you.
No, you're not free to
If
stay.
I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. Have a nice night.
Go ahead and keep.
Respect my
keep
rights.
moving.
Respect the oath you took.
Oh,
You swore to protect my rights.
If you want to
So
trespass,
protect my rights.
I'll put you in the cells. and you
Protect,
can trespass over
protect
there,
my rights.
okay?
Thank you. Protect my rights.
You guys get it.
Protect my rights. Because I'm exercising. I just told you journalism. That means
I
freedom
asked
of the
you for your
press.
journalism
You
ID,
know.
right?
You
Do
know.
you have it?
You.
You have a
I need
press
your
ID,
card.
sir?
You know I'm exercising freedom of the press. You just admitted it. So if you violate my rights, your qualified
I'm
immunity is
asking
gone.
you to leave. That's all I'm
I don't
doing.
have to leave. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm waiting for business cards. Please leave me alone.
Okay.
Thank you.
He clearly knows I'm exercising freedom of the press, and he's still pressing the issue. That was him, right? I don't understand. What I don't understand is that why you guys, and hear me out, right? Why you guys swore, right? You swore an oath to the Constitution, which is the highest law of the land. And you're putting a policy over the Constitution. You are enforcing that policy as if it's law, and it's not law. Do we not have a right to record in public buildings and work on the story? Yes or no? Is the police precinct not a public building? I see if I was, listen, let me finish my sentence. I see if I was beyond that gate. Beyond that gate is a restricted area. You service the public right there.
But you step in the building, you can't. There's sensitive information inside of prisons. People's information line out. People are getting arrested. There's information that the public doesn't always need to know. That's other people's right to keep it private. Correct?
I can go in there and record and have photographic memory. I can stand there. I can stand there with a pen and paper and write down everything I hear.
That's fine.
Right or wrong?
You can't record. You can't video record, audio, all that.
That's a policy.
That's what we're saying. It doesn't come from us. That's from the city of New York.
There's also the Right to Record Act, which is a state law, which gives us express permission to record you anywhere, no exceptions. As long as it's a public area, we can record you at work.
New York is second to none when it comes to violating individuals' rights on freedom of press. We must commend each and every constitutional activist in New York right now trying to fight against these unconstitutional policies. However, this officer was so corrupt, he wanted to trespass good guy off the sidewalk. And once the other officer stated he can film whatever he wants, the tyrant immediately dismissed him. Law enforcement officers should strive to perform their duties with respect and integrity, understanding the weight of their responsibility to protect and uphold the Constitution. If New York can do away with these unconstitutional policies, they'll be on their way to building positive relationships with the community, which is vital for effective policing and restoring their reputation to the NYPD America once knew. Let's continue.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Officer Kenny with the California Highway Patrol.
Your officer?
Officer Kenny, Kenny, with the California Highway Patrol, badge number 23146.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, from my understanding, you don't want to ID yourself to my partner right here.
From your understanding?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't want to give him your ID, ask your ID.
For what?
Correct?
For what?
So he's detained you for a violation.
What was that?
What violation?
He's digging himself a hole already. Go ahead.
What violation did you detain him for?
Yeah.
Registration. So he's detained you for expired registration, so you are required to hand over your ID to him, okay?
Okay.
Because he has to ID you. Even if he wants to give you a warning, he has to know who you are.
Yeah, keep it took 2 minutes to lie. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to ID myself.
You're not going to ID yourself?
No.
So you have to legally ID yourself, or we're going to have to arrest you and take you to jail, or we're going to ID you.
Okay, you have to take me to jail for not refusing ID, okay.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do.
Okay.
I don't want to have to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
okay?
I know you don't. I love it. Go ahead. Yeah, be detailed.
Why don't you want to give us your ID?
But why'd you keep asking? I just told you you're not having it. It's illegal. You're illegal. Stop me. Stop me. That you can't stop somebody for a tag that's like older than 90 days, less than 90 days. You just changed that law. So why don't you go fight some crime? And then he just told me he's checked it out and it's been paid, so it's legal.
No, it shows there's fees on.
Yeah, see, so there you go. So thank you. So you want to arrest me for that?
So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, okay? So he's
for something. No, he just told you what I'm detained for. I'm not detained as it happens because you can't detain me for that. So what's your problem anyway? Do you have something? I mean, look at it. I mean, I'm not giving you my ID. Okay. You're not IDing me. Right. There's no crime. You're not allowed, and you're lying. You're a great supervisor. Are you sure you're a supervisor?
Okay. So you two just hang with him. I'm going to talk to Officer Richard.
Yeah, you let him. Yeah, go ahead. Let's see who else they call out. See if they call someone else out. It's fucking awesome. Fucking lawsuit. Look at them, just looking for stuff to do. This is what California is now. The pigs, what they do here. Trying to get something for nothing.
So from talking to my partner and all that, yeah, you're free to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know they changed the law.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, well, you'll be hearing from me. I'll go to the sheriff's office right now. It's here on the...
Okay.
Get some complaint forms, okay? Is that where I get them from?
We're not part of the sheriff's, we're the highway patrol.
Your highway patrol, and where would that be?
Down the street.
Down the
You
street.
go
So
southbound,
our
you
office
take
is
freedom
closed right
Boulevard.
now, so you're going to have to go Monday morning, okay?
I'll be there on Monday morning, first thing. Can you let them know?
We'll let them know, all right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Tyrant.
Stay safe.
Thank you. You'll be hearing. It's awesome. This is what they do. Taxpayers wasted money. Off you go. 4 of them.
This interaction is riddled with violations of constitutional rights. We see an officer approach a driver and demand their ID, claiming the stop is due to an expired registration tag. The driver pushes back, questioning the legitimacy of the stop, especially since California recently adjusted laws about expired tags. The so-called expired tag that was later confirmed to be valid, making the demand baseless from the start. The officer's demand for ID without a solid legal basis goes against the Fourth Amendment, which protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures. Delaware versus Prouse reaffirms that officers can't pull someone over solely to check their registration without a specific suspicion of a crime. Furthermore, under California law, a driver is not required to provide ID unless there's probable cause or a traffic infraction that actually necessitates it. The kicker? After the officer's empty threats of arrest, he eventually let the driver go with no charges, just proving that there was no lawful ground for the stop. Incidents like these showcase a lack of respect for legal boundaries and the need for more accountability. Remember, you don't owe officers your ID without just cause, and you have every right to challenge these overreaches if they happen to you.
But that's going to do it for this video. Much love to these awesome creators. Again, make sure you use the links in the description to go check out their channels and show them some love. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next episode.